Evening, and we begin with breaking news in a deadly shooting in Northeast Portland. This is a live look at Northeast Lombard Street near 46. You see the mobile command post there. Police confirming a woman is dead and a man has serious injuries. Shots were fired just before 8:30. No one has been arrested yet, but a very active scene there. We'll update you right here and at KGW.com as we learn more. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. Our other top story tonight, an arrest in a devastating weekend fire. It burned through 10 apartments and sent 8 people to the hospital.
Investigators now say the fire was deliberately set. Alma McCarty is here with an update on the suspected arsonist. Alma.
Well, David, Laurel, I'm told of those 8 people, several remain in the hospital tonight. Some had broken bones, others burns and smoke inhalation. Those I spoke with on Saturday were shocked at the size of the flames and the destruction following the fire, even before these arson charges were announced.
Fire investigators with Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue combed through piles of ash and other debris after a Saturday morning fire ripped through apartments off Southwest Barnes Road. Days later, Washington County deputies moved to charge a 51-year-old woman with arson.
Ultimately, it was determined that this fire was intentionally set.
Those who saw the flames and rushed to report the fire, like neighbor Shayla Rogers, called it traumatic. She spoke with one of the victims before police and fire got there.
She was just telling me, she said, I had to jump out. I woke up, I just had to jump out. My cat's dying, I couldn't get my cat.
Rogers said she first awoke to a loud noise and the glow of flames from across the parking lot.
It was just crazy, how fast it spread. Because even from the second of hearing the boom and looking, it was bad, but within minutes it was worse. It was horrible.
Deputies arrived first not long after 3 a.m., rescuing 7 people and evacuating several more from inside as fire crews battled the flames. Officials said 8 people were hurt, some from the blaze, others from jumping from the second floor.
We had 8 people transported to the hospital, dozens more displaced. Property was destroyed, pets were lost, and people's sense of security was also taken.
Wendy K. Southam was arrested and charged Wednesday for allegedly setting the fire. Records show the suspect lived in the building at some point, but it's not clear if she still does. She's currently behind bars in the Washington County Detention Center.
As with a lot of ongoing investigations, we are seeking information from the public all the time. So any piece of information that someone might have, big or small, we'd encourage them to call us, please, and let us know what's going on, and they can speak to detectives.
Now, investigators have not released the details about where the fire started, how it started, nor the suspect's motive. Fire officials encourage everyone to take some time to test their smoke alarms in your home. They believe all smoke alarms at this apartment complex were working at the time of the fire, which likely saved lives. Laurel?
And we are grateful for that. Thank you, Alma. We're less than a week out from Election Day, and candidates are busy making a final push to get voters to turn in their ballots. Christine Drazen, Tina Kotek, and Betsy Johnson were all out campaigning today. They met with constituents and pushed how important it is for voters to make their voices heard. As far as how many Oregonians have voted so far, turnout is sitting at 21.1%. We're also asking the candidates for governor about their stance on COVID vaccine mandates for school children. Recently, a CDC advisory committee voted unanimously to recommend the COVID shot be added to the list of recommended immunizations for children to go to school. Here's what the candidates told us.
Schools and vaccines is something that I think parents and local standards ought to play a very big role in, and the answer to your question is no, I would not make a COVID vaccine mandatory.
I've been supportive of all the other vaccination requirements that we've had in our schools, and I think we have to make sure parents are comfortable with adding that to the requirement list. So I think we're a little ways from that.
Absolutely no. We need to remember that where we're at right now over the course on the other side of this pandemic, we know that kids have already been harmed by those extended shutdowns. And the last thing we need to do is give families a reason to not have their kids in school right now.
Ultimately, it's up to each state to make its own rules about which shot students must have.
Well, let's talk about another issue in the midterms, abortion, because it appears the Supreme Court ruling this summer that ended federal protections may have had some unintended consequences. Catherine Cook looks into why more people are now seeking vasectomies.
Neither one of us are planning on having kids. She has never planned on having kids.
And that's just how the last 14 years of marriage have gone for Grant Knutson and his wife, Heather. In fact, the couple had long planned for Grant to get a vasectomy.
We knew this would be the safest, most efficient, most long-term, but we just always put it on the back burner. It was never the priority.
That all changed last spring. When the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the decision let many states greatly restrict abortion access. While Oregon and Washington aren't poised to follow suit, Grant says he didn't want to chance it.
It kind of lit a fire under us. It made it a priority for me. I still don't have any trust in my mind that this is where anti-abortion people want to stop.
Within days of the ruling, Grant called a local vasectomy clinic. He learned that due to COVID, they were already backlogged before the ruling created a sudden spike in demand. Grant, who splits his time between Portland and Seattle, tracked down an open appointment in Seattle due to a cancellation.
Did the 3-hour drive to get up to the vasectomy clinic at 10 in the morning and get that done that day so that I wouldn't have to wait 3 to 4 months out because of this rush.
And from July onwards, we saw just an astronomical increase in inquiries.
Shrikesh Majithia is CEO of Dr. Snip, the vasectomy clinic. They're based in Seattle and just opened a second location in Portland.
What we're finding now is more men that are concerned about their spouses' options for fertility or for family planning are willing to come through and at least inquire about vasectomy more than ever before.
Majithia says in 2019, they performed 3,000 vasectomies. He expects that number to hit 4,000 for this year, about a 30% increase. It's a trend clinics are seeing nationwide. Majithia says they're able to get patients in right away, but cautions anyone considering a vasectomy to think it through.
So, for example, a lot of men think that it's reversible. And it is, but only about 50 to 60% of the time is it successful. So at Dr. Snip, we don't preach it as something you can do and then come back. We want to make sure you're ready for this as a final permanent procedure, right? And we'll see you at that time.
It is a great relief to have that done.
Grant doesn't want his decision to influence other men to do the same, but he hopes it encourages them to talk about and own their role.
Males being as involved as possible in birth control decisions have always been lacking.
As for abortions, a new study funded by the Society of Family Planning shows the number of procedures in Oregon rose 18% in August compared to April. In Washington, they were up by 6%, but in Idaho, abortions decreased by 48%, likely a reflection of the state's near total ban on abortions, leading many to travel out of Idaho to get one. Laurel.
Thank you, Catherine. New tonight, a store security guard is now charged with raping a woman after accusing her of shoplifting. And investigators think he may have done it to others as well. Daniel Castellani was arraigned today on charges that date back 7 years. He was working as a guard at a Rite Aid in Portland when prosecutors say he accused a woman of shoplifting, took her to a secluded room in the store, and repeatedly sexually abused her. The victim says she reported the incident right away. We're trying to find out why it took so long to bring Castanelli up on charges and get the word out about possible additional victims.
A reward is being offered tonight to find the thieves who stole $100,000 worth of tools and equipment from a Portland construction site. Security video shows a red pickup stop at the entrance Saturday afternoon near Northeast 12th in Alberta. That same vehicle returned twice more. It was during the third visit, the developer says, that the two suspects made off with their haul, including every single tool. The developer is now offering a $2,500 reward.